Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Candid Meena. And it's just, you know, um, SSR's death anniversary is very just around the corner.
No, it's tomorrow.
Yeah, it's tomorrow. And so it's 2 years since SSR was murdered. And tomorrow is the day that he was killed by certain people in Bollywood and underworld. The SSR case was completely botched up by Mumbai police of that time, as per the wishes of certain political people. And everyone from the police to doctors at Cooper Hospital, the Bollywood cabal, politicians, media, and PR have had their hand in symbolically, murdering him. Even now, fake narratives are being spread by lawyers like Satish, who says poor innocent Ria became a victim to a drug addict like SSR. Tomorrow we'll have a 1 hour session paying tribute to him and asking for justice. So we'll give you the link, and you please feel free to participate and voice your opinions on SSR's death anniversary, and participate in large numbers tomorrow and show support to SSR.
Please join us in large numbers because this is the only way we can show our protest, to the people concerned. We are talking about the three federal agencies and also the central government. So you all know what happened to SSR 2 years back, tomorrow night. That there was one certain politician who had come with a certain Bollywood actor and certain other people to his house. The CCTV footage thereby was either hidden or wiped off. Just like in many other cases, whenever there is something suspicious, the people concerned what they will do is they will put CCTV footage in rivers like Miti River. So this is what has happened in SSR's case. Who was he? He was just an outsider who had come in to make a career out of acting. Did he interfere in anybody's life? He did not. But he became a part of the focus rather of the cabal, and how they decided to either get him under their control or to destroy him completely. And when they realized that he was far too intelligent for them to control, and also the fact that he began to understand the workings of the nexus and was about to reveal it, that is when his end came. Please realize, friends, this is not an individual case. Many cases have been happening after that which are very similar. And the cabal has become very smart because from SSR's case, they have learned to hide things even more and hold secrets more closely. So unless we get justice for SSR, no one is safe. You also heard about the recent KK's murder. Now another case that came into light was a young fashion designer, in South. Apparently, she died, they say by suicide, that she smelt carbon monoxide in her room. Who would do that? So these cases are happening. Don't think that these cases will end. If public don't show their anger, their frustration, and ask for justice, even after 2 years, make your voice a roar. Don't depend on people like us, just to do the work. No, you're a part of it. Please join us tomorrow and make sure that the authorities, know that we have not stopped, crying out for justice. Don't look at the end result. The end result, we cannot predict. But at least fight for this man who was so passionate in his career, So please, friends, I request you, tomorrow, please join us in large numbers. We will give you the link. And in whatever way you want to protest, please join us. Yeah, back to you, Jim.
Yeah. So coming to the next piece of news is Shraddha Kapoor's brother Siddhanth Kapoor was detained in Bangalore for allegedly consuming drugs at a party on Sunday night. And in the later, so Shraddha Kapoor's brother was caught, and he was partying. He was detained in Bangalore's Alsur police station. As per a report, the cops acted on a tip-off and raided a party at hotel on MG Road, where the cops sent several samples of people suspected to have consumed drugs at a party. Siddhanth's drug test result out to be positive. Siddhanth was among the 6 people whose drug test result was positive. And currently, the police are unable to give clarity on whether the drugs were consumed at a party or whether the individuals had consumed drugs before arriving at the hotel. So, the Siddhant Kapoor has worked as an assistant director for films like Bagam Bagh, Chup Chup Ke, and Bul Bulaya, and performed as an actor in movies like Jasba, Hasina Parker, and Chehra. Recently, Aryan Khan was given a clean chit by NCB in the cruise case for which he was arrested last year. After spending nearly a month in jail, Aryan was let out on bail. And now, citing lack of sufficient evidence, the NCB gave him a clean chit, as you know. Now, Shraddha Kapoor was one of the celebrities who were questioned by the NCB over alleged possession of drugs back then. So, when Samir Wankade was, the NCB zonal director, if you remember. So right now it is clear cut, a proof that this guy, her brother, his test came out positive. So he indeed took drugs at this so-called party. So what more proof do you need?
So what is surprising is that when Samir Wankade got Shraddha and all these women who ultimately came to the NCB dressed in crumpled kurtas to show that they are so innocent, like they had just come from the village, when Samir Wankade questioned them, that time they all pointed fingers at Samir Wankade, saying that he wanted to become a celebrity and that is why he was catching celebrities. Now, what about the NCB person who was caught? This man, Shraddha's brother, isn't he a celebrity then? So how these people can innocently target an innocent man, when we all know that these people have possession of drugs. They all got out, whether it was Ananya or everybody got out, despite the fact that their WhatsApp was full of chats of distributing and buying drugs. Unless Bollywood is cleansed of the drug racket, nothing is going to change. Nothing whatsoever. Yeah, back to you.
Yeah. So coming to the next piece of news, it's in regards to Alia Bhatt and Ranbir Kapoor. And Ranbir Kapoor says he and Alia Bhatt, after their marriage, they have spent 5 years before taking that big step, the so-called big step, of tying the knot. And it was on the sets of Brahmastra that apparently these two fell in love, and the movie has been in the making for almost 5 years. And finally, Witness, it'll release on September 2022. And Ranbir told media that there was no such major change after marriage. We are together for 5 years. We thought that if we get married, then we have done it. But we also had some commitments. The very next day, we both left for work. Alia went on her shoot, and I had also gone to Manali. When she comes back from London and my film Shamsera releases, we are thinking of taking a week off. We still haven't realized that we are married. So fans, so this is, and he also said that I don't have any dreams of going to Hollywood. I only have dreams of Brahmastra. I think original content that is in your culture and is entertaining and can touch every audience. Otherwise, I'm very scared of auditions. I've never seen the success and dreams of Alia Bhatt in anyone else. I'm happy where I am. That's what Ranbir Kapoor
Yeah.
had quoted.
All what they say is all bullshit, because this marriage was arranged. It is a business deal. That's it. And Mahesh Bhatt wanted to whitewash his daughter, and that's why he got her married to whom he thinks is a very dignified family in the Bollywood, which is the Raj Kapoor clan. Now, there were many situations in awards function where you could see that Ranveer was, completely stoned. He would act in weird ways, which meant that he was high on drugs. There was a time when, he went around kissing everybody. At an award function, he was seen kissing everybody. And Alia started giggling like a little girl. Didn't she know that he was high on some substance? And is this the man she wanted to marry? Then there were many other instances when they used to go to the airport. You could see Alia Bhatt in those videos, looking with so much of hatred and anger towards Ranbir because she's stuck with him. Don't think that this is a cozy relationship. This relationship is a purely a business deal. And someone like Neetu Singh had absolutely no money in hand. Now has all the movies in hand, and also these what you call events like these kids shows. So they are being what you call rewarded for this. I mean, who would want to see Neetu Singh now? She's past her age, but it seems she has more work than even all these Katrina Kaif and all that. So what's happening? And also, there are many people who have also mentioned that wherever Ranveer Singh goes, he is always Ranveer Kapoor goes, he's always covered by a battery of bodyguards. For what? So there's a very sinister thing in this relationship, and also the fact that see all this is being done to promote a movie Brahmastra, which nobody is going to watch, and it'll become a huger, more huge flop than Akshay Kumar's movie. So let us, just wait to see that as well. Jaydev, I would say that see nothing that they say or PR, talk about is the truth. Everything is hidden. Can you imagine Satish Manashinde saying, "Poor Ria, she was in love with a man who was a drug addict." Look at the way this man is distorting. Ria, you just have to look at her face and you know that she's a conniving woman, and she was the reason for what happened to SSR, and she's the prime accused. And what is he trying to say? He thinks that, and the only media he gets is India Today. And Rahul Kanwal looks at him as though he is the Bible himself. Yeah, back to you.
Yeah, we'll just take a few comments.
Yeah,
Karthik says, let Brahmastra become the Brahmastra for Bollywood.
yeah,
Yes, in
exactly.
fact, Karthik. Then Desi says it's weighing heavily on everyone's heart that SSR's case is stagnating. He was highly gifted, talented genius with very high IQ. Could have done so much for India, visionary. Yes, Desi, and I feel that during the next election in Maharashtra or the national election that we will hopefully see some update from the CBI with regards to the SSR case. That is my prediction. Ranbir is more married to Aya Mukherjee and Alia Bhatt.
Yeah, then Alia Bhatt.
Then Alia
These are room.
Bhatt.
There are rumors about these two guys. You won't believe it, Devi. See, I've seen many times when Alia looks with so much of anger at her husband. So you can make out that the relationship is nothing. It's just a plastic one. I read Priyanka is filing a lawsuit against some YouTuber. This is their only job. They go around spreading all sorts of artificiality and things, and then anybody who writes about them, they get offended. It's just like these people attacking Nupur Sharma. The truth is already there in their books, and because she says it, they get upset. They can say anything about our Shivalinga or our temples or our goddesses. That's okay. Manishinde quoting court's free chit to Aryan may very well get Ria scot free. Yes. Alia Bhatt considers Kiran Johar as a father. Wonder why? Yeah, Karan Johar, yes. Rishi Kapoor was against Alia and Ranveer marriage. Yeah, because he was a sensible man. If you look at a lot of the interviews of Rishi Kapoor, he was a very bold man who did not mince words when he spoke about, even the fact when, Neetu would try to cover up some of the incidents, he would tell her that, don't say that. This is the truth. So he was, in fact, we all admired him. for the way he, not only the way that he acted, but also the fact that he could narrate anecdotes so well. Yeah, back to you, Jere. Jug Jug Geo. So I think that's the next piece of news. Jede?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's trolleys as well. Sushant was watching and angry with people. Government and our lovely child, so full of dreams, was snatched from us. We need to share the pain. Yes, so request you to join tomorrow's session through Indian. And
Thank you so much.
yeah, we all know to boycott Bollywood, especially the Butts movies. Yes, Tom and Jerry. Ringy says bunch of flop movies are yet to release. I wonder in future award functions of Urdu awards will be given out on the basis of which movie was more flop than the other. Yes, Rinky. Rishiji was very blunt. Yes, he was matter of fact person. Karthik. No use. They will get away from this. Same thing happened with Aryan, Sara Ali Khan. All of them roaming free punishment only for common people and not for Bollywood. Yes, G1. Fortunately, just heard that in Hong Kong, police spray rioters with inedible ink, just like voting ink, and so easily identify the rioters even after days. Should this be tried out in?
Absolutely. I think this is an
Absolutely.
advice we should give Yogi ji.
But I think Yogi ji is dealing with the situation with an iron hand. Yes, we all are, Naina. We share your emotions.
So here, yeah,
Yeah.
as one viewer said, the fact is that he was killed on 13th night, and 14th he was hung up to show that he had committed suicide. So the death actually happened on 13th night.
Alia and Katrina married drug addicts. Why they're not scared of the husbands will get depressed and suicide. I think these are all. I mean, these are all sort of business relationships.
Deeds, yeah.
We can call it. Filmfare should become the Razzie Awards of Bollywood. Worst movie, worst actor. 5 months ago, NCBDG sirs said that they won't rely on WhatsApp chats. Law is position based, though financial records can be used to establish a syndicate. Now, NCB is after bigger cartels.
I don't think so, Chirantan. I think that someone has been paid well to take care of the Aryan case. Nothing more. Yeah.
Yes, true Indian. Hi, Shobha, how are you? So, coming to the next piece of news is with regards to this film,
Jug Jug Ji.
Jug Jug Geo.
No, Jug Jug Ji.
And Karan Johar gets trolled for creating Dupatta song. And the trailer of the song of Karan Johar's latest film sort of he got trolled and netizens were asking him where is the dupatta. There was no single dupatta in this particular song which was called as dupatta. So Joe is back at it again, getting trolled, you know again and again after his 50th birthday party. So 13th is the day of our awakening, just like 13th Friday has been a horror day by Hollywood. It should become one for Bollywood naturally. Yes, Maya.
Yeah. So as you remember, friends, uh, you remember when Sonia Gandhi was called, by the summoned by the ED, she pretended that she had, she had COVID, and she was admitted to hospital. And apparently, Congress planned demonstrations before the ED office as Rahul Gandhi would be summoned today. Now, Sonia Gandhi was admitted to Gangaram Hospital in Delhi yesterday. Days after getting infected with corona, she has been admitted to the hospital. This is what they said. But we all know that she was just trying to hide away from the ED notice. Now, What has happened is today, all the Congress workers and karyakartas were called in to stage a sort of a dharna because Rahul Gandhi was called by the ED. Now, when the journalists asked, the anchors asked these people, "What are you here for?" They said, "We don't know. We were just called by Congress and we came here to protest." This is the kind of knowledge that Congress people have about what they are protesting. Now, Rahul Gandhi is very scared, and he, just like a little a KG child, caught his sister's hand and the hands of his, karyakartas and started walking towards the ED. What is this man scared of? If he has scammed, if he and his mother have scammed in the National Herald case, they have to face the consequences. I don't even know, I don't even think that he's aware of what is happening in the National Herald case. And if the ED questioned him, I'm sure he wouldn't even have the knowledge of what has happened. That's the kind of attitude he throws at people. And look at the way his sister accompanies him. How old is this guy? Is he a 13-year-old boy that he needs his sister to accompany him? Yeah. Could you read out the news, Jesse?
Yeah. So Rahul is being questioned today by ED. Is presided by protests all over India by Congress. What are they protesting for? These days, you would see Neetu Singh all over social media videos with makeup and funny outfits. Yeah, chirpy and making sick jokes and body gestures. Yeah. Yes, Winky. Um, Chiranjeevi called Kamala Hassan for party and shameless. Salman joined the party. It was so disgusting. Ranbir was kissing Vicky Kaushal on the lips. Okay. Alia had to tap him on his shoulder. When KJ wanted to use the Roy Orbison's classic song "Oh Pretty Woman," I remember he paid Orbison's widow the royalty for the song. Why can't he pay now?
Yeah. So moving on to the next piece of news, bulldozer action will continue unabated. This is what Yogi Adityanath has assured strict action against the rioters. On June 10th, Friday, several places in Uttar Pradesh as well as other parts of India were in the throes of violence as Islamists went on a rampage, resorting to violence, vandalism, and arson over comments made on Prophet Muhammad. UP Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath has assured strict action against the rioters. The talks between the communities will be maintained. In a series of tweets, Yogi Ji said a day after the violence that, over the comments on Prophet Muhammad, which gripped UP and the rest of the country, he issued a public statement vowing to take exemplary action against the rioters who had indulged in violence, vandalism, and arson. He said, "We are citizens of a democratic country. We have to maintain dialogue with all sides. Action against miscreants will also be continued along with maintaining constant communication, you know, with people." Yeah. So I'll just leave the line open, friends. If you'd like to join in, please come. Yeah. I've just posted the link. So in case you'd like to join, please join us. Nitin Kotia says, in 1930, young India founded by 5,000 freedom fighters and was captured by Gandhi family. This property belonged to Government of India. Absolutely. It seems Rahul went to meet his mother at lunch break from ED. How did he go to meet her as she is in COVID? Yeah, this is all a farce, Bhavna. I don't think she has COVID. In fact, Priyanka also said she had COVID. Then suddenly, because her brother was in problem, she said now she's COVID negative. So this is how the family behaves. They have absolutely no ethics or morals. They'll do exactly what they feel and they think. They don't care about the public. They don't care about people. Is Rahul putting on a buffoon act? Because he went to UK to make a comment that kerosene has been sprinkled and all it's needed was a matchstick. And this is what happened with riots in Kanpur, Ranchi. See here, you should note. You would have noticed, Maya, that whenever he goes out of the country, soon a lot of mischief and riots follow. So he's obviously meeting someone and creating this kind of hatred for India. Rahul Gandhi is scared because he's not sure why he's being called. His response to every question would be, Mami se pucho, ask my mom. Exactly. These properties are almost 2,000 crores. Yes. And he has his own company, which is based in Calcutta, which is into money laundering.
Yeah, and to add to this, Rahul Gandhi, I feel for the ED officers who are questioning Rahul Gandhi because maybe Rahul Gandhi will give a long pause before after each question that the ED asks, and he'll give some mind twisting answer, which the ED will have to you know make sense of it.
Yeah. And apparently now Salman Khan is down south. He's shooting for his next film. So this is again, using South Indian actors as well. So it looks like Salman Khan has almost given up. And he feels that without South Indian actors, his movies are not going to succeed. And he has given a royal kick to Shahnaz Gill. So Shahnaz Gill, after all that kissing, scene where she hugged and kissed him, apparently did not work with the Baijan. Baijan has another heroine. Who's the heroine, Jarek? I forget. It is
I think it's Pooja Hegde.
Pooja
Is it?
Hegde, I think. Yes, Pooja Hegde. And also one more actress is there, I think, in it, yes. So they are all now so dependent on South for the success. Karthik says the international cabal wants to destroy India, led by Soros, and it will pay money to whoever is willing to do so, be it Papu, Veerdas, Khalistanis, or others. Yes. We should also get support of Nepal, Bhutan, Japan, Russia, and Germany to condemn the Arab world on racist attacks. The anti national speak a coded language. RG possibly sparked these riots with his comments. Shame on him. Hopefully, Papu of our country will be in jail soon. South India are falling in the trap now by Bollywood. Here, I wouldn't agree, G, because South India is already, I mean, there's enough mafia there as well. If you look at Karnataka and what happened today, Shraddha's brother being caught at a rave party in Park Hotel is also, just another proof, because there were many actresses who were caught, having drugs and being tested for drugs. So Sandalwood is a big place for drugs. Same thing with Mollywood, which is Kerala. Kerala is also a place that's controlled by the Matancheri mafia. And you see the kind of deaths that have been happening there and in Tamil Nadu. So it's not that, see, the mafia is not there. The mafia is there everywhere. It's only that South, the actors have a bigger hold on their fan base. And the fans decide whether the movie will become a success or not. You see? So that's also a fact. RG went to bank with torn kurta with Mercedes Benz on Notebandi. Why do Gandhis don't go to AIMS for the ailments? Is AIMS like Cooper avoided by those in the know? Yeah, let me just add. Someone's just joined in. Yes, how do I pronounce your name?
Ma'am
Shreyasta?
Shreya. Yeah.
Yeah,
Hi,
welcome,
Good
Shreyasta.
welcome.
evening,
Yes.
ma'am. Hi,
Welcome.
Jaidev. Hello.
Hi.
Ma'am, yeah, I just want to tell you one thing. I was just watching even Mr. Anand in the different chitty media. That's what he said, that all the riots are being sponsored.
Yeah,
It's just that uh, our PM Modi ji is doing so great.
yeah,
And
that's true.
of course, Papu is jealous of it. He
Yeah,
cannot
yeah,
do anything.
yeah,
And ma'am, I'm meeting Mr. PM Modi on 26th. He's coming to Germany. I'm so
yeah.
excited. I will tell
Very
you
good.
one thing, ma'am. International community is
Yeah,
so proud of Mr. Modi.
yeah,
We as Indians are seen in such good lights.
yeah,
People are
exactly.
saying Modi ne kya kiya hai. I'm
Mm,
telling
mm.
you, the image, ma'am,
Yeah,
the respect,
yeah,
especially ma'am, Germans, they are very, very, very. they are not easy people to please.
Yes,
Okay, and
exactly.
when those people are giving respect, and he was there in last month in 3 countries, ma'am, the
Yeah.
amount of support that he,
Mm.
no prime minister in history has got so much love and
Yeah.
respect, and he did not have to do anything, ma'am.
Yeah.
I am
Absolutely.
actually one of the most non-political person,
Yeah. Yeah.
but doing my research, I am telling you, Papu is just jealous.
Yeah.
Congress is
Exactly.
failing
Yeah.
miserably. The
Yeah.
family is not able to,
Do anything.
take it. So
Mm.
they are
Yeah.
going in, they are going to do any kind of drama,
Yeah. Stunt. Yeah.
whatever it is in their power.
Yeah.
And Sonia is a definitive toolkit of the
Soros. Mm.
Stalin
Yes.
government, and
Yeah.
she has only orchestrated all these murders and whatever has happened in the family. Whenever there has been some kind of effort to expose the reality to the
Mm.
public, they have even got rid of their own family members.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
ma'am, this is how they are. Now
Yeah.
that when real journalists like you are speaking up, and finally, that boycott Bollywood movement after 2 years, I can see, ma'am,
Yeah.
everyone is like, realizing. I'm
Yeah.
really hoping for the divine justice. I'm just praying.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And so, because ma'am, when I was small, I was part of this. I grew up in Mumbai. I was
Yeah.
part of the Shamak Davar group and all. I was
Uh,
also selected in auditions.
yeah.
One of my instructor, he was very close to me.
Mm.
As I was progressing, he said one thing. He's like, Shri Shrestha, it is
Mm.
not a good world. It is
Mm.
not because, ma'am, I'm someone who grew up watching Malgudi days.
Yeah.
I was also doing theater. So
Mm.
theater discipline is very different.
Yeah.
And that time,
Absolutely.
Bollywood was not a big name, ma'am.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh, we were working, it was very ethical, it was very clean, 11 hours of, discipline practice, morning 6:30. It was completely different, ma'am. But
Yeah.
after 2000, after this
Mm.
KJO and all these, I don't know,
Yeah.
waste
Silk
people, I would
characters.
say,
Yeah. Yeah.
man, once they started gaining prominence,
Mm.
the game only changed. So
Yeah.
I was lucky that my instructor said that no, it's not something he knew I'm a good student in
Yeah.
mathematics and things
Mm.
like
Mm.
that. He said,
Mm.
you go ahead. And it was very difficult, ma'am, because you have to leave your passion. But
Yeah.
today, when I see, death of Disha, death of all this, I can sometimes feel, God has always been great. Though I
Yeah.
cried for many years, like even now, my mom will come and say, "It's okay, beta. If you want to still perform, do it for us in the house or in some
Yeah.
small stage. Okay, don't
Yeah.
forget that it's a big thing." But today, when I look at what has happened to the people who have gone in the industry and what is happening in their life,
Yeah.
someone's entire life being
Mm.
controlled, ma'am, that is
Yeah.
so shocking.
Absolutely.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
that is all for my part. I'm hoping that we get justice. And I know that our PM is working hard, even though he's not commenting. He knows he's a big political player. He knows this game very well. And
Yeah.
I can assure one thing to everyone that uh, our PM is doing everything. That is
Yeah.
100%.
For his
He's,
people. Yes.
yes, everyone is
Yes.
working very hard, ma'am.
Mm.
And I'm pretty sure, even if Wankade sir is not active, I know there is a bigger purpose behind this. Even I was
Yes.
a
Yes.
bit sad
Yeah.
and I felt like what is happening. But, in the long run, we really have to be patient.
Yeah.
And I'm just praying that we will continue. Like, our mass movement is so, so
Yeah.
strong and
Absolutely. Yeah.
completely agree. Yeah. So
Yeah.
just hoping for the
No,
best.
well
Thank you,
said.
ma'am. Thank
Absolutely well said. And Shrestha, thank you for joining us and voicing your thoughts. Please do join us tomorrow as well and give us the support, to make this movement even more strong.
Ma'am, tomorrow is what I don't know. Is tomorrow, what is the
Tuesday. Yeah.
Tuesday.
Tuesday? Okay.
Tuesday.
Ma'am, is this some kind of important date, like,
Yeah, because
or is it?
tomorrow is the day SSR, was killed, his death anniversary.
Okay,
So,
tomorrow. Okay. Yeah,
yeah.
okay. Okay, ma'am, I will be there.
In case you are, yeah, in case you are, yeah. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Thank you so
Thank you,
much.
ma'am.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye bye, ma'am.
Bye. Shweta, a fabulous artist, so beautifully shared. I hope your art craft reaches more people. Yes, she spoke very well. MBA is going to fall on 20th June. I think the timing of the threat by Arab countries is a signal at time of SSR's justice. What I find very irritating is that the Ranis, Nitesh Rani and his father, have absolutely no shame. They keep saying that they will expose what they have, the proof they have, and make sure that SSR gets justice. But look at how they have backtracked. This is what this is what identifies politicians in our country. They really don't care. They'll say something, and tomorrow, if they change their words, they don't care. It's not like it will affect their character at all. For us, middle classes, we believe that if we say something, we have to stick to our words, and carry out the job. But here they don't have absolutely any values. Or why are doctors, our army, our soldiers, teachers of our country not given the respect as we are giving to these cheap entertainers? Yes. I missed what you told about tomorrow's plans. Yes, Shobha, tomorrow please join us live. We'll give you the link ahead, and please join us and speak about what you think, about the SSR, justice for SSR. Whatever are your thoughts, so that we make our voices stronger. So we will be starting at 8 and it'll end at 9. So please join us in large numbers. Please show us your support, because we cannot depend only on ourselves. We need your voices also to make it stronger. We do have options if your generation want to survive in India. Support Narendra Modi. Denmark PM herself asked Modi, what is his secret for making his people love him so much? Thank you, Anuradha ma'am. Nitin, only Waze will vomit on SSR case. Exactly. They are the real life heroes. Dipali, it will be happening. Just wait and watch. Ultimately, when SSR and Disha and others finally get justice, the Ranis will shamelessly say they have all the proofs. SSR's lawyer sister has threatened legal action on some YouTubers. I don't know. She seems to have forgotten her motive. Now, I don't know whether she wants justice for SSR or she wants to take revenge. Public cannot be, put in a slot. There will be some people who are good. There'll be some people who are bad. If people question you, take criticism in your stride. Show your maturity. You are a lawyer. Nupur Zindabad, yes. Politicians need performance reviews and bonus linked to ratings like we have at work. In fact, I was quite amused that Smriti Irani came, to say that Rahul Gandhi, speak about Rahul Gandhi and the way he was, behaving, he and his party. Madam, Nupur Sharma, was in the eye of the storm. People even urinated on her picture, little children. They said they'll gang rape her, they'll kill her, they'll behead her. Did you say anything about that, madam? Why didn't you say? Isn't she a younger colleague of yours? And she's a firebrand. Even today, she says she's ready for a debate with any educated mullah. Wasn't it your duty as a minister of women and child to at least say one sentence? You don't have to look at the prime minister for every approval. You can easily say that from your side on a personal note. You didn't do that. And it's shocking. I mean, can you imagine what was Nupur Sharma's state? A young girl, being hit out from every side, saying that they will kill her, they'll murder her, they'll behead her, and showing effigies of her being burnt. Can you imagine the kind of fear that she would have had in her mind? Yet she spoke boldly. Luckily, a lot of us who were supporting her, the trend took on. And suddenly there were a lot of people on the streets supporting this girl. I'm very proud of that, because she is the future leader that we need. A woman like her has the kind of capacity, to call a spade a spade. A fiery, loyal, no spokesperson. Yes, more power to her. They are just playing politics. I think Steve Pinto is an eyewitness in Disha's case. Is he alive, Dipali? Smriti won't stop as she supports Ekta's Gutterwood, but people of India are there for her. Yes. Ekta's birthday, Disha got killed. Penguin's birthday, SSR was killed. Shame on these people. Absolutely. Smriti's silence is deafening as a woman. Alas. Also now, BJP in Maharashtra The BJP should steer up the case fast. We're getting tired of the wait. Justice for SSR. Women empowerment is defined by women like Nupur Sharma.
No question.
Yes, he is alive. Then he is the best person to catch Dipali. Smriti may even be jealous that Nupur is garnering all the limelight, but does Smriti have the same guts? Here it's all about that. And also, Karthik, I think Smriti is hoping to become the chief minister of Delhi. And since Nupur has a huge clout in Delhi, maybe she fears that as well. Then we should demand SC and CBI to shut up their offices permanently for dying the case. Yeah, for killing the case, yes. Hope Nupur gets a very high post. Where are all the feminists now? Totally agree with you, Karthik. Nailed it. Yes, jealousy, absolutely. So, with on this note, we'll end. Please join me in large numbers tomorrow, friends, with whatever placards, whatever you feel, to express your thoughts on SSR. He was a truly noble soul, a gem, a man who wanted to help people, a man who had a very soft side to him, a man who respected women, unlike the people in Bollywood now. Join me in large numbers tomorrow from 8 to 9 p.m. tomorrow. Good night.
Good night.